I'm your mother, I'm your brother, I'm your sister, I'm your friend, I'm your father when you need one. I'll be here till the end. Hello, family, and welcome to the house at Vanderbilt, where you will sit back and don't spat, but have a meaningful conversation with all life forms. You can be black, brown, white, Protestant, Gentile, or Jew. Righty, lefty, MAGA, BLM, Antifa, and gay too. Because all are welcome here in this house. So sit back and relax and get on in here and cop a squat. Because the conversation is about to start.
What's going on, Facebook world? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Facebook? What's going on, world? What's going on? It has been a couple of weeks since I last did a live. My page was under surveillance. I was getting ready to be completely deleted. I had to go through some things with Facebook and, prove some things to show that I am not some type of terrorist or person who's out here trying to subject humanity to bad things and get people to lean towards negative outcomes. But this past weekend really taught myself something. And what I mean by that, I mean my actions this past weekend literally taught me something. I had a couple of things happen this past weekend that really it didn't upset me. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't upset me. It just made me think. It made me realize, dude, you still growing. And there's always time for change. And you still have the ability to make changes in your life for the better and not for the worst. With that being said, I was looking at Agent Orange over the weekend as well. And I see that when things are not going his way, he spirals. He spirals dramatically. And not only does he spiral dramatically, he spirals and he keeps bringing up other people in his spiraling. Obama has been, he must be living rent free. He's got to be living rent free in his head because that's all he ever brings up. Look at what Obama left in the reflecting pool. Obama wasn't the only president since the reflecting pool has been in front of there. There's been so many different presidents. So why is it that Obama left it? You were there after Obama. So why you didn't? Why we just can't say you left it? And then Biden came. Biden left it. Before Obama, there was Bush. Bush left it. Clinton left it. Bush Sr. left it. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Theodore Roosevelt left. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that we tend, and this was one of those reflections of self as well. Because one thing I don't do, when I fuck up, I ain't got nobody else to blame but me. Nobody to blame but me. If I mess up, I'm not afraid to say I'm sorry. One thing I'm not afraid to do is say I'm sorry. I fucked up. And when that happens, we as people, we as human beings, when we mess up, we should be able to recognize where we messed up at, evaluate it, and see what you can do to change it and how to make yourself better. I immediately started making some changes after this weekend, and it didn't take until Monday, Tuesday. Well, today's Monday and tomorrow's Tuesday. It didn't take that long. It started yesterday. I immediately started making some changes. And one of the things that happened was my phone was stolen. It's really weird, but yeah, somebody decided that when I went to the bathroom at a restaurant, and I left my phone there. Thank God I took my bag with my wallet and everything in it, but I left my phone right there on the bar just to run in the bathroom real quick. And I went to go wash my hands. That's what I went to go do. And I went and washed my hands and came back and the phone was gone. And the funny part was, hey, iPhone lovers, it was an Android. people still stealing Androids. It's kind of weird to me. And you could tell that they immediately took the SIM card out and turned the phone off, because by the time I got home, I went to, locate my phone and I couldn't locate it. It just showed the last area in which I was in. So, not having a phone is like being in jail, might I add, because baby, no communication is a hell. I won't lie to you. But at the end of the day, what it did was it kind of woke me up to a couple of things. And it made me reflect on self. It made me think about, how the weekend had went. And it also made me go, you know what? I'm still growing and I'm still changing. Even at 51 years old, I still have growth to take on it, and still need to make some changes in life that are going to better my life. That's really what they're going to do. They're going to better my life. So when I look at Agent Orange and the way he conducts our presidency, he is not a shining light, my people. He is not a beacon of hope. He is not someone that you look up to and hope to be like him. Because to be like him is to be selfish. It's to be cruel. It's to be a thief. It's to be a womanizer. It's to be prejudiced on so many levels. It's to hurt. To issue pain. Because you made mistakes. And your mistakes were caught up. And courts decided that your mistakes were wrong. So now you're taking out retribution on anything and everything that you felt harmed you. If we continue to grow like that, be like that, and teach like that, we're never going to get anywhere. I watched a young man yesterday, and one of the things he said, it really made me feel so good because it was real. And it brought back one simple fact. Jim Crow's era never ended, but it's definitely coming to a boil. Things may have gotten covered and went into secret, went into hiding, but things that were being done so that things could carry on just in a different manner, but still have the same outcome. There have been a lot of judges that have been nominated that are going to try and make sure that these same outcomes continue to be what they have been for the last 60 plus years. Minorities, people of color, people in the LGBTQIA plus community are still going to be getting the low end of the totem pole because the people that they're putting in places that can make judgments on these things are still people with like minds of the past. I watched the woman I told y'all a few weeks ago who had only been a law clerk being nominated for a lifetime appointment as a judge. I watched a man just the other day who literally has a thing for not only Putin, but for Hitler, and he's being nominated for a lifetime appointment as a judge. These type of people are the very people that are going to ensure that what we've been going through for the last 50, 60 years shall continue on through our children and our grandchildren. It is those appointments that I fear the most. Because even though people like myself, we have survived through the trenches, and I don't mean just through small trenches, I mean through the trenches. Have you ever heard of generational curses? I'm here to tell you about generational curses. They really exist. And I don't mean curses as in witchcraft and all that, but you know what? Some people may sum it up to that because it does have some viable case points that may tell you that it is somewhat of a curse. But I know families where they were enslaved. The slave master beat them, raped their children, and then those children raped children. And then those children raped children. Those type of turnovers of dysfunction and immorality and hurt people. Those type of things are the very things why we have Black communities fighting for reparations. Because you want to say, oh, that happened in the past and oh, it doesn't affect us today. Bullshit. There are still hurt people that have carried on the hurt of their great grandmother and grandfather that are living right now today in that pain. They never acquired the help because they couldn't. It wasn't afforded to them. People say, oh, you can go see a social service. That shit don't work. I'm sorry. It don't always work. It works for some. Let me correct that. But it don't work for most. Until you able to put some money on the table and really go down and sit down with somebody who really, truly wants to help you. And not saying that those social services and people like that don't truly want to help. I'm not going to ever say that. Because when I first started my journey of therapy, it was through free social services. Until I was able to afford what I consider to be a more qualified therapist to deal with my deep emotional ties to past hurts. And then the work never ends. It never ends. You always have to fight that little voice that's in your head. You always gonna end up fighting it because it's gonna try to guide you down roads. And that's where I was this weekend. I was literally fighting an old voice, and finally I won, thank God. But it's like, looking back on it, it's just like, wow, I spiraled for a moment. I did. I spiraled for a moment. And in that moment, I lost myself for a moment. Thank you, God. Oh, thank you. Thank you for praying grandmothers, God rest y'all souls, praying mothers, God rest both of y'all souls, praying dads. Yeah, I've got multiple of all. Sorry, yeah, I told y'all I was adopted and I have my real family. God rest y'all souls. And so, mother, dad, still here, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Praying siblings. My sisters pray for me so much, and I thank God for them. My family prays for me so much, and I thank God for them. But all of that type of emotional support that's behind me is the reason that I can get on platforms like this and show my face and say, you know what? We fall down, but we get up. So I say all of this on this Monday afternoon. I haven't been live in a minute on the House of Vander-Built because I was facing issues. People were attacking and people were had me on a ban list, and I got notified that, you know, my page would be deleted and everything, and I had to go through all of that. Finally got through it, and they gave me a warning, and I've gotten through that period, you know, this last week, thank God. But I'm nowhere near done. MAGA, I am still here. I will continue to remain the thorn in your side. Because of all the hurt that's being issued on the American society, via costs of gas, costs of food, cost of electricity. All of these things that are being pushed up on us that did not and should not be pushed up on us. Y'all eating just like us. And I know it hurt. I know it hurt. But because you have to save face, and you can't literally say that you are wrong. You can't literally say that the man that you consider as king is a damn fool. You can't literally say that, oh my God, his health is deteriorating right before our eyes. Because then you will be repeating exactly what you said about the man who was in office last. But only this time, you would be saying it about your own guy. And we know you can't do that. Be too much like right. So simply saying and put, you ain't heard the last of me. I ain't going nowhere. I'm back. I'm back. And I've reflected. I've seen my mistake. And now I know what to do moving forward. So moving forward, Agent Orange shall always be the topic of my conversations, because Agent Orange is trying to issue out a plate that don't nobody want to eat. But do know this. The past is the past. The present is the present. And the future is the future. But what you have right now, and what you're trying to do right now, it shall come to an end in November. I literally know that this ain't flying. It's because the kids you raised, the very children you raised, sorry, that old school way of filling them with hatred is not working out that way. Thank God for public schooling. It's not working out that way. And things shall, and I mean they shall, change. You have a blessed week. I'll talk to y'all even more now. My lives are finna be a little bit more heavy. Peace.